gang. I'm here at Caesarea Philippi, and this is a place in the north of Israel, and it's a place where you can see there's a big cave. And in Jesus' time, there was water rushing out of this cave, and people would see the water and say, well, water is life, especially to people who are living in the desert, right? The water is life, and they say, oh, well, if it's water, then it must be life, and if it's life, it must be the beginning of not only water, but the beginning of God himself. And so at one point in time, there was a temple to Pan here. This was a place where pagans would worship, and lots of people would come up here, and they would maybe have a little picnic. They would bring their picnic basket up and their families up, and with their picnic basket and their food, they'd bring their household god, their little god, and they would place them in the niches in the rock. And they would say, look, here's the source of life, here's the source of God, and here's our God. This is who we worship. So Jesus brings the disciples up here and he says, who do men say that I am? And he says, well, you know, some people might say that you're John the Baptist, he's dead, might be Elijah, prophet Jeremiah, I don't know. And then Jesus gets really personal and he says, who do you say that I am? And Peter says, you are the Christ, the Son of the living God. And Jesus says, on this rock, on this testimony, I will build my church. So for us today, that's a question to ask ourselves. Who do you say that Jesus is? If you had to be honest, what do you place in that niche? What is most important in your life? Here in Caesarea Philippi, Jesus asked his disciples, but he's still asking us today.